there is my microphone. Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to the live stream. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube after the fact, I'm live here with a friend of mine, a listener on Discord, and we're going to try and do some Shared Cockpit DC-3. So, looking forward to that. A listener's just joining in. So, let me know when you're joined in, and we will see what we see. Let me turn on my...
I'm sitting on the mat, on the tarmac, ready to fly.
Sweet. Okay, so... the first thing we need to do is we need to connect on your controls. Which, let me see if I can actually, I should have opened that app by then, but no. YourControls, there we go. Okay, so, I've got the YourControls app open. Now, I can't quite remember how to do this, but it looks like I can host an IVP4 cloud P2P. If I hit Start Server, oh, select aircraft config. Okay, I've got my username as Mantok. And if I go to, if you go down in the list of the aircraft, you can find the Microsoft and Aeroplane Heaven Douglas DC-3. That's what I've got.
Got that done.
Oh, interesting. So I can connect with a streamer mode that hides my IP and the session code after connecting, but I'm not planning on having the YourControls app open on the main screen. It's on my second display, so I don't think that's really a big deal. I can connect as instructor mode, which says new connections are placed in observer mode automatically. I'm not going to bother with that. So I'm just going to hit save settings, and I'm going to hit start server. Okay, so my server says it's now started. So I guess you go to the join section and you search for Mantok, maybe? I've not tried to join a server before in YourControls, so let me know what you come up against. At the same time, I'm going to open up Volanta and get that set up. Yeah, let me know how things go.
Mantok is not the session code.
The session code. Let me see if I... okay. Okay, let me hit stop server. Oh, session code. Oh, I see. Okay, I have an IVP4 and an IVP6. Let me send you the IVP6. That might be the session code. I'm going to open a private message chat with you on Discord, and I've just posted that to you there. So if you copy and paste that into the session code box, see if that works. It's a bit of trial and error until we figure out exactly how this works, and then...
it did not.
Okay, alright, right, okay. So let me try... Oh, actually, here, this should do. This actually is the session code. Sorry, I didn't see it until now. Throw that in the box and see what happens.
Okay, we are IPv4 or V6?
We are IPv4. I don't know the difference between the two, but we'll see. And for those of you watching the live stream, please just let me know in chat if the microphone and computer audio levels are correct for us. Thank you. Yes, yes. I've got you. I can see you in the client list, and I can give you control. Right. Okay. So you're sitting in your cockpit. Do you see me moving anything?
I do.
Ah! Oh, sweet. Okay. So you see that all happening. Nice. So let's say if I put the right mixture to full rich. Do you see this? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Did you see that? Hello?
I did not, but I had to get my camera straight.
Oh, okay. Have you got the camera? Oh, you've not got like track IR or anything. Is it just fixed?
I don't have track IR. Yeah, I just got to use the joystick on my
throttle
instead of the joystick on my stick.
Oh, I see. I see. No worries. So you've got your camera on the mixtures?
I do.
Okay, right. So 3, 2, 1, go. Did you see that?
Mixture sticks did not move.
3, 2, 1, go. No? Okay, I'll try.
Nope.
I'll try.
Props are moving.
Okay, so the left one I'll pull down.
Yep.
So how smooth does that look to you?
Looks pretty smooth.
All right. Okay, and then my throttles. See them moving as well?
Nope.
No, not the throttles. Interesting. What about the control column?
Control column is moving.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So it looks like some things you can see and some things you can't. So I don't know. I mean, I could give you control here. So in the YourControls app, in the client list, do you see your own name? Do you see like a place
I
where
see
you're
your
able to...
name in control.
Okay, right. So I'm going to hit give you control right now. Oh crap, and I just died. Okay. You collided with an object and caused critical damage. Right, so in giving you control, my aircraft basically just destroyed itself. So...
Weird.
That's weird. Not sure how that happened. I'm gonna... Well, it says you're now in control, so... I think we should maybe... Let's stop... I don't know. Yeah, let's stop this. I'm gonna stop the server. I'm just gonna stop the server because I've now gone back to the main menu and I'm gonna refly the aircraft. Maybe we weren't in the right position. I will just double check that position when I get back to the main menu. Okay, so world map. Yeah, so ramp, basically it says it's ramp 2. And I've got real world weather and real world time. So I'm on ramp 2 and I'm going to hit fly. Let's try this again. It won't do if when we pass control to one another we... Okay, so...
I've jumped to an external camera to see if there may be a slight misalignment between your payware and my default scenery.
It may be because I'm in a payware area and you're in a default. That might be the issue, actually. Okay, I'm going to start the server again. And has it changed the actual code? Let me see. Yes, it's changed the code. Let me send you the new code. There we go. Yeah, if you look on the live stream, if you've got the live stream up, you'll see where I am.
Yeah, we're in the same spot. You have a caravan next to you. I do not. I have a forklift to starboard that you do not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it may be because we're trying to load in in different sceneries, and therefore the aircraft position is in a slightly different place, but we'll see. Okay, so I see you loaded in now. Let's see if we can get off the ground, because if we...
Ooh, oh. I am now 10 feet in the air.
Oh. That's weird. Are you falling back to the ground, or are you just literally 10 feet in the air?
The plane is sitting about 10 feet in the air, like it's sitting on the ground, but there's at least 10 feet between the tail wheel and the ground.
Ah. That's weird. Do you have do you have a payware scenery for Honolulu?
I do not.
Okay. Maybe the best thing to do is just for me to keep the control of the aircraft, and if you're still in the cockpit, and if I give you the PDF here, at least you're still being able to you're still sitting in the cockpit and watching and being able to run through checklists, I guess.
Yeah, that'll work.
Despite the fact that you might be slightly weirdly positioned. Okay, so let me go grab the user guide here. Let me grab, there you go, uploaded, there you go, right. Sending that to you in Discord, that PDF should come through to you. Let me know when you've got that downloaded. Okay.
Got it.
Sweet. So, let me see, which page are we at now? It is page 19. Of that PDF. You'll see the starting checklist. And we should be ready to roll.
Okay.
Right. So let me start up on VATSIM. Let me just go. Okay. There's a new beta of VATSIM of vPilot. Okay, let's just download that. So if I'm sat in the cockpit and you're looking at the control column, are you able to see me moving it up, down, left, right? And the rudder pedals? You see the rudder pedals moving?
Yes, it works if I push the correct push to talk button.
Alright, so, alright, okay, so you've got a push to talk button bound as well. I've just got an open mic on Discord. I'm happy if you want to just set an open mic if that makes your life easier.
There's 4 other people in the house and a dog,
okay.
So
no worries.
I'm on push to talk.
No worries. No worries. Okay, I'm just updating vPilot. If you want to jump in on vPilot, do you have vPilot and set up?
I do. I was about to ask.
Okay.
My call sign is set in as November 1 Echo Charlie because that's what I fly under and on VATSIM.
Okay.
Do I need to change that?
Yeah. So if so, this is the way you log in on VATSIM as a shared cockpit flyer, and so that they know that you're actually the same aircraft. So my call sign is going to be Alpha Alpha Hotel 340. And I've got DC-3 type code, the second in the list. Actually, no, just Douglas DC-3. If you scroll down the list of DC-3s, actually, to be honest, it doesn't actually make any difference. Just the top, yeah. As long as the type code is DC-3 and the call sign is Alpha Alpha Hotel 340. And for you, if you click the button directly below that on vPilot that says Connect in Observer Mode for Shared Cockpit Flying, you see that?
Yep, got it.
Okay, sweet. If you connect with that, then when VATSIM look at the two call signs flying basically on top of one another, they see that one of them is connected as an observer. They realize, okay, they're shared cockpit. And that means that both you and I can transmit on ATC as the same aircraft, which is cool, because obviously we're sat in the same cockpit. That's logical. So, okay, so if you've got all that set up now and you're logged in, let me just actually double check where we are on SimAware.
It's giving me error.
Is it giving you an error?
It says, oh, now why?
Does it say call sign
Okay,
in
there we
use,
go.
maybe?
Network error, call sign in use, error connecting to voice server post.
Oh, I know. So if you go to the call sign and you just put Alpha Alpha Hotel 340 and then the letter A after it, or the letter one, or the number 1, maybe, so that they know, like lowercase a or like the letter 1. That's so that they know we're the same.
Yeah, number 1 did it.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Excellent. Right. So with that, we're just going to do, should we do VFR or IFR? I feel like half of this flight is going to be IFR and half of it's going to be VFR because of the mountainous terrain. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's VATSIM. Let me just have a look. Restream. I've got the chat. Okay. Right. As far as I'm aware, we are ready to roll. So let me put in a flight plan.
What's the screenshot key for FSX? Because I have you as a 757.
Oh. I am a DC-3.
Yeah, I just want to put I'll post a screenshot in Discord. But I can't remember the screenshot.
You mean model matching? The model.
Yeah.
The model matching. I should be the default DC-3. Do you see like a ghosting? Do you see a ghost DC-3 on top of you?
No, I see a 757 sitting about 10. The landing gear is about 10 feet off the ground, sitting on its tail.
That could be me.
Overlapping the DC-3.
Ah, that might actually be me. Now, that shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened when you join as observer mode. That's a problem. We didn't have that before.
Let me disconnect and reconnect again. See if it changes. Well, I've got observer mode checked. AAH 3401, all one word.
Yeah.
Type code DC-3.
DC-3.
No cell cow code.
Nope.
And connect as observer on the button.
Yeah.
Connecting. Yep. It's model matching you. I think it's a 757. It might be an Airbus.
That's weird. Okay. Huh. And it didn't let you connect with the same call sign as me. AAH340.
No, let me try that again.
Try AAH340 and then connect as observer, because when two people connect, I'm going to Google this on vPilot. vPilot connect as observer. Shared Cockpit Observer Mode, right. vPilot supports the ability to connect in observer mode so that your aircraft does not appear to others users on the network. This feature is intended for use with shared cockpit operators. To use this feature, the first pilot should connect to the network normally, and the second pilot should connect in observer mode. The second pilot must use the same call sign as the first pilot with a letter appended to the end. For example, if the first pilot's call sign is JBU123, the second should be JBU123 Alpha. Any letter will do, it doesn't have to be Alpha. By doing this, the second pilot's copy of vPilot will not try to display the first pilot's aircraft in the sim. So right, so that's saying exactly what we were saying. You should be Alpha 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 Hotel, Alpha Alpha Hotel 340 Alpha.
Yeah, that's what I did wrong. I had a 1.
Ah, right. If you put Alpha Alpha Hotel 340 Alpha instead of 1, and then make sure the observer mode is connected, you should be able to connect, and it should be okay.
Yep, I'm connected, and the 757 did not appear.
Yes. Absolute result. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, also, the next question I have, which I believe I've just realized. Hello, Huge Beat. Nice DC-3. The other pilot call sign should be yeah, exactly. Thank you, Huge Beat. We've just figured that out. So, Listener, we've just had, I believe, is it the new whatchamacallit, VATSIM. We don't use Unicom anymore on VATSIM in the United States. We do the trial has begun as of today. Is it the 1st of March? No, it's the 2nd of March. So if yesterday. I go PFOG and hit search, it should tell me what. Yes, here we go. It should tell me what my Unicom frequency should be. Let's see. So ATIS. Okay, the CTAF is 118.7, so I should be on 118.7 instead of 122.8. 118.7. Let's pop that in COM1. Oh, actually, no, my controls. Right, so before we start, let me pop in vPilot a little bit of a flight plan. That's what I was doing next. Oh, okay. File a flight plan. Okay, Alpha Alpha Hotel 340, IFR, VFR, DC-3, wake category light, equipment is whiskey, I think, transponder, yes, departure is a PFOG, off is a PHNL, altitude 6,000, Airspeed, okay, airspeed's gonna be like 110 knots. Arrive, actually. Alternate. We don't really have an alternate. Let's call an alternate on PHNG. PHNG. Aqua Vital. En route time is going to be, I'm going to say, I'm going to say 30 minutes is 1 hour. Okay. VFR Vintage DC-3. Okay. Oh, come on. The whole, oh, for goodness sake, the whole flight plan import. Okay, date fuel. Fuel must be filled in for 4 characters. Fuel, time, off-block time must be entered. Okay. Off-block time is 1930. Let's say 1930 is our off-block. Like so. En route time must be entered and 4 characters. Oh, okay. I did. Fuel time must be filled in 4 characters. 0030. Oh, okay. 0100. Alright, okay. File flight plan. Okay, right. So, apparently you can't file the flight plan through vPilot anymore. You have to go to the VATSIM website to file the flight plan, which I have just done. And a listener, Aqua Vital, is coming into the chat soon. So we're going to get him jumped into the aircraft as well, and he can. I'm guessing either he can sit right seat, or you can both be, you know, on board as observers. I'm not sure, but we'll have fun anyway. Did you put the fuel swivels? Did you swivel the fuel?
Yes,
tanks?
I selected the fuel
okay.
already. That's the first one on the list.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So we've got left main and right main. Thank you. So in terms of fuel, let me just jump and grab my SimBrief flight plan. It says the block fuel is 489 kilos. Let's go weight and balance. I'm going to take the auxiliary tanks down, and I'm just going to tune for about 490 kilos, which isn't. It's about 39. Okay, there we go. And then the estimated takeoff weight should be 10.6 tons. So let's go to the payload and put in about 10.6 tons. Okay, so our weights and balances should be set now. If we go to the fuel selector, well, the fuel selector won't work until the electricity's turned on. So now that we've done that, yep, I can see my.
I have this on ground power, or I did.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I can see the battery cart should be on battery cart, but the one above should be on deploy, which I've just done now. I visually. There you go. Do you hear that? Do you hear the electricity? Actually, maybe we shouldn't do this until Alysanor tries to connect. That's a good point. Sorry, not Alysanor, Aquavital. You've both names got letters A. So
you can call me James if you like.
James. Okay. All right. Great. Thank you, James. Did you just try to plug in the heading hold and pitch hold on the gyro pilot? I saw that.
I have not touched that.
Oh, I'm seeing that spamming a little bit. That's weird. Okay. Right. Since we have the chocks off, let me actually turn the parking brake on. Do you see? I don't know if you see down by your knees. There's 3 little switches. If you go to an external view right now, let me know when you're in this external view, and I'm going to try and turn on the I'm going to open the door and the luggage door and see if they open for you in the external view.
I'm on external.
Okay.
They did open.
Ah, sweet. Okay, I'm going to close them now.
This is a small cargo door variant.
Yeah, it's a small one, isn't it? Cool. Okay, so they are both... That actually works. That's cool. So I don't think we should probably do much else until Alysanor tries to... Sorry, Aquavital tries to join. But you and me, James, will just sit tight until he jumps in. And if and when he jumps in... speaking of, Mr. Aquavital, how do you do this evening?
Pretty fine. It's been an exhausting day. Anyway, nice to hear you. Nice to hear you again.
Yeah. So yeah, good to hear from you too. So I'm on the ground. If you, I can see you flipping the fuel knob there, James. I heard that.
Yes, I was just checking the fuel.
Yeah. So Aquavital, we are on the ground in PFOG, Papa Hotel Oscar Golf, in the DC-3 on the General Aviation Parking Gate 2, or Papa 2, in the Aloha Airlines DC-3. Sweet. Once you have logged in, I will give you, I will send you this code to get into the YourControls server. You can join. Let me just send it to you here in a private message. There we go. So if you grab that code, throw that in the join box in YourControls, and I have now, as you're joining, I'll let you know, I have a pay-where scenery for this airport, and I think it's causing a bit of a disruption between me and James, because he when he joins, he sees himself as 10 feet above the ground. So let me know. Let me know what it's like.
It makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
It may be a scenery discrepancy, so we're not sure about that. I'll let you know when I see you in the client list. It genuinely would be so cool if we could get all 3 of us in the same aircraft. I could take you guys for a spin. So I mean, as far as I'm aware, so few people have done any videos on YouTube of shared cockpit operations, and I've been quite passionate to get this up and off the ground since hearing that we could do the DC-3 in YourControls and other aircraft as well. So I'm quite excited to see if this actually works. So, are you close?
Yes. So it's Papa Hotel
Oscar Golf.
Oscar
yeah.
Golf.
And the gate should be if you see the big long diagonal line of gates, we're not there. We are just to the north of that. There's a small collection. There's like 2 or 4 gates, and one one of them is called number 2.
Ramp 2 parking.
That's exactly where we are. It should be Papa 2. So if you join in there.
Loading.
Yeah, and as I say, I've got a payware scenery for this, but if you've got a default scenery, then you'll probably see exactly what Alysanor is seeing, or James. There might be a bit of a discrepancy, but we'll roll with it and see how it goes. And while I'm on the topic, do either of you have payware scenery for Honolulu, where we're going to?
I have no pay scenery.
Okay.
Oh, neither am I.
And you neither. Okay, so I've got payware scenery for both these airports, so when it comes to landing, it might be a bit weird, because when I flare and touch down, I might be 10 feet off the ground for you guys, or 10 feet below the ground or something, I'm not sure. So we might actually just, when we come to the touchdown phase, we might just crash and burn, I don't know. But we're going to have fun and see how it goes. Maybe this is going to be a learning curve for us this evening to learn that maybe your controls might not work very well unless both users have exactly the same scenery. We'll see. Okay, so...
Alright, I'm 10 feet above the ground.
Okay, so at least it's consistent for both of you with the same scenery. That's the way it is. Okay, right. So, I guess you're both observers then. I guess you're both just along for the ride. I mean, I could give either of you control of the aircraft. Your controls doesn't discriminate between who is first pilot, second pilot, or observer. So I know James has the checklists for me. In terms of VATSIM, Aqua Vital, I'm wondering maybe you could join on VPilot as... so on VPilot, I am Alpha Alpha Hotel 340, and my aircraft type is DC-3. And
unfortunately, I can't because like my VPilot crashes.
Oh, okay.
For a couple of days. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so I'll just deal with VATSIM then, and you guys just roll with the flow, and we'll see how we go. Okay. This is exciting. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, so right, with all of that out of the way, and with anyone on the live stream watching probably already bored to death and asleep, let's go to the start checklist. So, James, on the start checklist, we've got fuel selected tanks. You've already done that to the left and right mains. Thank you very much. Battery switch is off. See note. You can start the engines using internal battery power, or in which case, turn the battery switch on. Okay, so we're going to start the engines on internal power. So let's go to the battery on the ship battery, and then the battery cart we can stow. Fuel booster pumps. Let's turn those on yours. I don't know, James, if you guys are sitting right seat. I'm sitting in the left seat as pilot in command. If you guys want to sit right seat, I guess, or maybe...
I'm right seat.
Okay, if Aqua Vital, you want to take up like a central position as like a flight engineer-esque sort of thing. I don't know if there's...
Central standing position.
Yeah, there's not a third seat in the DC-3. In the DC-6, there's a third seat, which would make for a really cool DC-6 shared cockpit. But until then, thank you. So, James, could you flip the booster pumps on that are kind of front and center above you on the overhead panel? Thank you. Yeah, excellent.
Pumps on.
Pumps on. And right, I'm going to crack throttle number 2 slightly, and I'm going to make sure that the propeller is at max RPM. And then we need to have the master ignition switch needs to be on. So let's... Is that the master ignition? Yes, that's the mag. That's what it means. Master ignition switch.
The button in the middle is pushed down for on.
Oh yes, yes. Pull to be off, push to be on. So the right ignition and magneto, it says off, but I'm going to leave it on because this is the way I start the engines. Mixture auto rich for the right engine. And then the right primer. Okay, so this is basically the way I start the engines in the DC-3. I'm just looking out over my shoulder, across your head, basically at the prop of the right engine, and I'm going to start the mesh, the energizer for engine 2.
I'll count bleeds.
Okay. Once the energizer is at its peak in tone, I will mesh it, and then the propellers will start to turn. Ready? 1, 2,
Ready.
3, mesh.
I'm not seeing the propeller. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, gone, running.
Okay. Woo! There we go. Okay, T's and P's. I'm just going to look at the RPM. I want to hold 1,000 RPM. Oil pressures come up into the green and stable. Fuel pressure is also looking good as well. Okay, that's a good start on number 2. Sweet. Okay, so I am going to start engine 1. So again, make sure the mixture is rich, prop is full, throttle is cracked, and I'm going to start energizing number 1. And I'm going to turn the mag on. That would be helpful. I'm going to mesh and prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and ignition. And oil pressure's rising. Oil pressure's rising, and in the green, and stabilizing. Fuel pressure on both is good. Temperatures, cylinder head temperatures are good. Carbs are good. Got some good starts there. And I see VATSIM traffic just taking off there. Okay, so while the engine's idle, I'm going to turn down my volume because I can't really hear myself think here. Okay. I'll be comfortable. Okay, so the end of the checklist says after the aircraft. Basically, I've just abbreviated the engine starting checklist, but it says at the end the battery switch on and the fuel booster pumps off. So if you, James, could turn off, thank you, and the generators could go on, which are the upward positions. Yeah, thanks. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to turn on the avionics on my side. Beacon is on, passing is on. Landing lights are on, position is on, and the pitot, it's probably so warm in Hawaii that, what's the temperature down there? Oh yeah, temperature is almost like plus 20 Celsius. We don't need the pitot heat at the moment. I'm just going to set a squawk of 1200 and see how we go with that. I'm going to turn on the ADF. And I remember the CTAF, just make sure the engines don't die. The CTAF is 118.7, so I'm just going to set 118.7 on COM 1. Are you guys seeing COM 1 happening here?
I am.
Okay, yeah, James,
Yep.
are you seeing that as well?
Yep,
You see
118.7.
118 in the box, sweet, okay. It's good to know like what is and what isn't synced so far. So, okay. So also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a VOR frequency on the island 2 hour. Oh, what's engine 2 doing? Whoa. What's going on?
I do not see it running.
It's
stopped for me as well.
It's stalling for me. Uh-oh.
And number 1 just died for me as well.
Really? Okay, let's just run them up. See what happens here. What is going on?
I think I know what it might be. Throttle and mixture and prop levers are shared between us. So if anyone has a noisy hardware, it might interfere with it. I think it's a good idea, like for me at least, to disable the all the throttle hardware in the sim.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I need to do that too.
I see. Okay, I've got auto... Okay, I've got the throttles, I've got the mixtures on auto rich now. But I see there's a big pitch RPM discrepancy between engine 1 and engine 2. I didn't know the controls of the RPM would be shared. If I'm the pilot flying and I have control in your controls, why is your guys' controls influencing anything?
Exactly, as far as I remember, we tried it last time.
So are the engines dying? Are the engines dead for you guys right now, or?
Yeah, both dead.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna cut my engines. Right. So with the engines dead, let me see if I can start the engines again. Okay. Both engines for me are now completely dead. With all of my controls pulled down to the bottom. Let me try to start them again. Let me try to start engine number 2. So, and I'll just do it the way I normally do it. I'm putting the right boost pump on, right energizer coming up. I'm going to take the right mixture and put it on auto rich. I'm going to take the right propeller and put that on max, and I'm going to crack my throttle. I don't know if you guys are watching, are able to see that as I'm doing it. Okay.
I can see the prop levers, but mixture won't synchronize.
Right. Okay. Why don't everyone, why don't everyone put your mixtures, why don't everyone put your mixtures on full rich, auto rich, and see if that makes a difference. So everyone put your mixtures auto rich.
Yep.
And I will. Right, I'll try and start engine number 2 now. Actually, I'll just put mine there as well.
Auto rich.
Okay, engine 2 coming up.
That fired faster than I could count blades.
Yeah. Right. Okay, engine 2 for me seems smooth. Okay, I'm going to start engine 1. Okay, engine 1 coming up. Okay, smoothie, oil pressure's coming up again. Okay. So weirdly, okay, they're both smooth now. I don't know if you guys can see, but the manifold pressures for me on both engines are hovering around 13 to 14 inches.
Should be now.
Yeah, both RPMs are at about 1200, holding about 1200, and stable. Does that look the same for you guys?
I'm showing 800 RPM.
Yep.
800 RPM. Okay, we should be at 1200 RPM, stable on.
Let me
engines.
tap my throttle and see what I get.
Okay.
And you watch your gauges.
Yeah. I'm seeing no change to my needles at all. Yeah, no changes to my needles at all. Nope.
Okay, the throttle's advanced with mine. I'm showing 1200 RPM.
Okay. Well, I think the best thing to do is just take off and see what we can do. It may not be perfect, but at least we'll learn something, I think. One thing I do see is every now and then my Sperry autopilot controls start spazzing out and then they stop. So I don't quite know what's going to happen there. Hello, Vecchia in the YouTube chat. Good to see you. Thank you. Okay, folks, I think I'm just going to announce on Unicom, and I think we're just going to get in the air. So the engines seem to be behaving themselves right now, so let's just take that as a positive sign. Okay, 1610 in nav 1. 1610 set nav 1, and we'll sort that out as we get aloft. Okay, so with Unicom, let's get up in the air. So what runway? Let's taxi to runway 02. Okay, so we are Aloha 340. Aloha 340. Okay, so Kahuli traffic, Aloha 340 is taxiing from General Aviation Parking to runway 02, Kahuli traffic. Okay, so I'm going to go off with the parking brake and see what happens. So we're just creeping forward here. So we moving okay? Moving fairly smoothly for you guys?
Oh, yep.
Sweet. Take a left-hand turn here. And if you guys look at my live stream, you'll probably see the scenery that I'm taxiing around there's some sort of logic to it, hopefully. I don't know, depends on you guys on the default scenery, what you guys are looking at. So
looks a bit better, to be honest.
on the live stream?
Yes.
Yeah. I love the DC-3. It just looks so beautiful. We have a 15-knot headwind for takeoff here today, so it's gonna be a bit gusty. And I like on this livery, on the top of the wing on the left, you just have the massive text Aloha. Okay, a little bit of braking here. And a right-hand turn. Now we're taxiing down the main taxiway down to runway 05.
And I just remembered what I forgot to do for VATSIM.
All right.
I forgot to turn AI traffic off.
Oh, yeah. So there's no VATSIM traffic online at this airport at the moment anyway, so yeah.
The gates are full for me.
Oh, right. Okay. So, we're going to do a left-hand turn out. We're going to climb to 6,000 feet. And we're going to go inbound the VOR on the island to our west. Which is going to be kind of westerly heading. We'll sort that out when we get in the air. We'll get straight and level, climbing to 6,000 and sort out. It's pretty much VFR. This is VFR, to be honest, because it's just the visibility's so good and it's a short travel.
Now I'm diving below the ground level with a lot of noise.
Oh dear. Okay. As long as, because when me and Elisinor connected earlier on, and I gave him flight controls, I immediately crashed and died. And I think it's because I'm the host. I think probably the best idea for your controls at the moment is that the host is the one who contains the flight control settings, and everyone else is either a pilot monitoring or something like that. Okay, so I'm now turning left onto 05. I'm going to just hold here. And let's just consult our checklist here. So before taxiing, we did that hydraulic pressure. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, hydraulic pressure. The blue lever needs to come forward. Wait. There we go. The blue lever needs to come forward. The hydraulic pressure needs to come up. It's coming up slowly. Just revving the engines a little bit. Okay, lights are on. Let's turn on the pitot just for sake of completeness. Radios are checked. I'm just going through the checklists, James. Radios are checked on page 20. Flight controls are free and correct. Altimeters are set. Gyros are uncaged. Taxiing, I've done that. Engine run up. Well, I'm running them up now. Actually, we've done a run up. Actually, they now appear to be smooth. Let's just run up to 30 inches. We're on auto rich. Check the ammeters. Yeah. All looks good. Okay. So the cowl flaps are on, they should be on, I think they should be open for takeoff.
They are open.
Okay, they're trail for me. If I... Are they still open for you guys?
I show open.
Okay, that's cool. I think they're not synced. Okay, for the takeoff, I always take off without the tail wheel lock, because that just doesn't help me. So I'm going to do a no tail wheel lock takeoff. Okay, so I'm going to announce that we're taking off on VATSIM. Kaluhi traffic, Aloha 340 is taking off runway 05 with a left-hand turnout to climb to 6,000 feet. Kaluhi traffic. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce the name of the...
You're doing better at the airport announcement than I could.
Hello, Jeh. Good to see you. Right. Better late than never. Let's go, guys. Let's have 1 notch of flaps. Although, actually, we won't need them because we've got a 50 knot headwind. And just check that the coast is clear, which it looks to be. Apparently this says runway 02, not 05. Yes, 02. There is a 05 and a 02. So, right. Let's advance the throttles. And off we go. Bit of rudder. And the nose comes up. And up comes the wheel already. Wow. That's the headwind. Goodness me. Right. Wheels coming up. Positive rate. And try and gain a bit more speed. Let's just bring the RPM down now to about 2,500. 2,500. Right. Flaps up.
I've crashed.
Oh. Oh crap. What about you, Aqua Vital?
I'm still flying.
You're still flying? Ah. Dang it.
Oh, I resynced. I'm good.
Oh, you're resynced. That's crazy. Okay. Well.
And I have the flap warning horn, or the gear warning horn.
Okay. Yeah, we're all evidently not really synced up like we should. I think starting me from the payware scenery and you guys not hasn't helped. Let me just trim. Oh wait, trim. Whoa, what is trim doing? Okay. Okay, right.
I think I'm going to unplug my controller.
Okay. The gyro pilot keeps spamming on and off for me. I don't know if you guys on either of your screens have the autopilot, the Sperry autopilot on, I would just turn it off. Let's put the cowl flaps to trail now. Yep. Now the autopilot's on and fighting me. That's weird. The gyro pilot keeps coming on and off and then messing up my pitch setting. Okay, well at least we are on our way. Okay, now we're in a relatively stable after takeoff situation. I'm going to go landing lights off. Let's have a look at my checklists here, James. Let's see, after takeoff checklist, retract, landing gear, landing gear is up. Power reductions, I've done that. Sextant, I'm not going to worry about that. Wheels to stop rotation with brakes. And then we've got some cruise charts. Automatic pilot. Okay, that's not really much of a checklist, I have to be honest. So I'm actually, from now on, I'm just going to ignore those checklists, I think. Okay, so with the aircraft in a relatively good position of trim, I'm flying hands off the controls in a slight climb. I'm going to look at navigating to Mike Kilo Kilo, which is a frequency of 116.10, which I've got in Nav 1. So let's just twiddle the radial needle up by my left knee.
Do we want the boost pumps still on?
We can turn those off now. Thank you. Why am I not seeing the click spot? Oh, okay. Okay, about ahead. Oh, crap.
Well, very nose up.
Whoa, I was looking down just too long and we've almost stalled out. Wow. Yeah, okay. This is good experience. Are you guys still in the air?
I'm still there.
Okay.
I also have placed the cow flaps in trail.
Yeah, so have I. I think I remember the last time we tried this the cow flaps are the one thing that are not synced between us, so it doesn't really matter if one of us has them in trail and one of us has them in open. As long as the pilot flying has them as they should be, I think that should be fine. And I will just focus on flying the aircraft and not looking down at the controls. I have a radial now. I don't know if you guys can see, but we have a radial now set for the VOR. So I'm going to just follow that. And the Sperry autopilot keeps glitching on and off, on and off, on and off, very like intermittently. So, and we're getting a bit of turbulence as we're passing over this terrain. It's 3,000 feet.
I'm showing a bit of spiking in manifold pressure on number 2 from time to time.
Okay. I'm not myself. I'm seeing solid about 34 inches on both engines and about 2,500 RPM. Yeah, the Sperry autopilot keeps glitching on and off, and it messes up my trim controls and stuff, and it's as if there is a weird intermittent connection there. I don't quite know. Let's see if I can actually try and turn on the Sperry autopilot. Let's put myself a heading of 2.5. Are you guys seeing the heading change in?
I am.
Okay. Let's go heading. Let's not nose up again. Thank you. Let's go heading of let's say 270 due west. Let me just set the trim. Okay. Like so. Okay. I've got the Sperry autopilot on now, and I'm basically hands off, and now I'm just manipulating the Sperry autopilot. Oh, whoa! A little bit of turbulence there. Oh my goodness, turbulence. Hello. We do have an 18 knot tailwind, so that's going to screw around with us a bit. But for the moment, it looks like. Yeah, for the moment it looks like the Sperry autopilot is now actually playing ball with me now that it's on. And I'm just manipulating. So I'm actually I've got my middle mouse button over the gyro pilot pitch, and I'm continually just fiddling around with that to hold as much of a flat trajectory as possible. But with this tailwind, it's going to bump us up and down a bit. Which is just one of those things with the weather. I'm assuming both of you have live weather turned on, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Right. Chris Loach in the chat. Yes, this is the Duckworth's mod, and I'm in YourControls with two of my two viewers here. Let me see. With Alysanor and Aqua Vital, who are channel viewers and guys in Discord, and we're trying to see if we can use Shared Controls, the YourControls app, to do Shared Cockpit in the DC-3, which it kind of works, kind of doesn't. Like we say, we should try this again, but both of us, or all of us, make sure that the scenery that we've got is the same on all of us. So basically, if that's a payware scenery or a default scenery, we need to just make sure that we're all flying on the exact same scenery. And if we do that next time, it should be okay. Because I remember, was it you, Aqua Vital? We tried months and months ago. We did just a test run in the Aloha DC-3. And
yes.
It was fine. It ran fine.
It was fine, and it was much better. And
Yeah.
I think it's not only the scenery that makes a difference, because I remember that throttle was synchronized well. Now it's not syncing at all.
Right. Well, it's hard to say if that's an issue with the YourControls app, or if that's just an inherent synchronized issue brought on by the different scenery that it's trying to place us. I don't know. It's hard to say definitively what's what. But I think more testing is really what we need to do to be able to know either way, and then be able to feed that back to the YourControls people so that they can tweak the profile. But at the moment,
I think it might be. I think it might be related to a couple of upgrades for the modes, but not for YourControls, right? So some like variables might have been like renamed, but not in YourControls profile.
Okay.
I think you had the add-on creator in your Discord.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he might be able to help.
Sure. I'm sure he can. Yeah. So at the moment, I don't know about you guys, but at the moment it looks like the controls seem to be really playing, really working well now. I'm just going to come back to 30 inches manifold on both engines, and I'll come back to about 2400 RPM. So I should be, I don't know about you guys, I should be seeing 30 inches manifold and 2400 RPM. And we're not quite at 6,000 yet, but we'll just continue to climb. And the aircraft seems to be behaving itself now. The Sperry autopilot seems to be working. I'm to the left of my track, which I will adjust just now. Let's just bring the aircraft 272829, about 290, just to bring us back on track. And continuing the climb up to 6,000 feet. Now, now that we're in this situation, let's look at Honolulu approach is 124.8. Let's put that in standby. 124.8 set in COM1 standby, ready to go over to the active. As soon as we get to the other side of this island, we'll go over to the Honolulu approach. And until then, we look good. So one thing that I've done in Discord is my VATSIM transmit button also acts as a mute button in Discord. So whenever I transmit on VATSIM, you guys don't hear a double voice from Discord as well. But for you, James, who is, if you're on the correct frequency on VATSIM, you should hear me in my VATSIM voice. Is that something you've heard when I was on the ground?
Yes, I've heard your VATSIM call.
Okay, cool. Oh, you see, for some reason, that's weird. For some reason, the Sperry autopilot just spams on and off all of a sudden, and I have to re-engage it. So now I've blown through my 6,000 altitude limit. So I'm just going to nose down with the gyro pilot pitch. And what's our range? Our range to it's 15 nautical miles to the VOR. Okay, there is the altitude, and we're going inbound quite nicely. Okay. How is it looking for you guys? I'm amazed that we get all three of us in a shared cockpit situation. That's pretty cool.
Kinda cool, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
I've been taking screenshots. I'm going to post them in Discord after the flight.
Nice. Yep, there's the gyro pilot came off again. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so interesting. I think after doing this with 3 of us, can you imagine a DC-3 cross the pond shared cockpit flight? That would be really cool. I think
the DC-6 with a dozen of passengers as well.
yeah. I think if the DC-6, the PMDG DC-6, because the issue with this aircraft is a default aircraft plus an enhancement mod on the top of it that we're trying to use on YourControls, and that might be what's screwing us up. Oh, the heading needs to be engaged. I don't know how well the PMDG DC-6 profile works for YourControls. I have heard there is one, so I'm really interested to try out the DC-6 on YourControls now that I see how this works. But I think that would be so cool to try an actual long-haul flight across the pond. Chris Loach on the chat has made some suggestions. He says, perhaps check if all pilots have the hydraulic switch in forward position. Ah, thank you. So for all of you, if you could go to the blue, it looks like a handbrake behind the throttle quadrant on the right side of the wall. Do you all see?
Forward.
Yeah, can you all put it forward?
It's forward for me.
Yeah, it's forward. I saw you switched it.
Okay, so it is all forward. Confirmed. Okay. That's good. That's important.
Yellow and red handles are up.
Oh my goodness, this frickin' autopilot keeps spamming on and off. Oh, and I think there's another autopilot thing under the throttle quadrant you should check you have synced. Oh, emergency autopilot power is on. It's underneath the left fuel pump selector. If you guys go down below the right handle, the black handle, underneath the left engine tank selector at the bottom, you should see a red switch, an on-off switch, that says that's called emergency autopilot power. If you guys have that to on, that's what I also have set.
It is on. Now,
Okay.
is Z a control for that autopilot?
Z? Yes.
There's the problem. Z is my push to talk. I need to change it.
Oh. That's what's been doing it. Okay. Because sometimes it works, and sometimes all of a sudden it starts spamming, and I haven't really twigged it that it may have been when your voice is happening. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think that's the default autopilot engage and disengage. Okay, so now I'm going to go to a new VOR, which is on Oahu. It is a 13.9. So I'm going to go 13.9 up ahead. 13.9 set and in the box. And the new radial is 273 inbound to Oahu. So
okay, push to talk has changed.
Sweet. Yep.
No clicky clicky.
No clicky clicky. That's brilliant. Thank you. That's perfect.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. This is the thing. It's like it takes the first couple of flights for us to learn how to use it properly, and then it's good. So it's fine. And this is being live streamed, so anyone else who tries out Shared Cockpit might be able to learn some things from our mistakes. That's generally what my YouTube channel is all about, helping other people learn from my mistakes. So anyway, cool. It's looking good. I'm happy. Now the only issue is what happens when we get to the touchdown phase. That's going to be a bit spicy, I think. But oh no, we're up at 7,000 feet all of a sudden. We gained 1,000 feet in altitude. We need to descend. Okay. Let me just descend, and we should actually tune. Let's tune the approach, which is 124.8. 124.8. And he is still online. That's good.
It started to stutter for me, like my position is synchronized every second.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden.
Right. It may be an internet issue. I'm not on a cable. I'm on a wireless connection.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good wireless connection because, you know, I'm live streaming and I'm using Discord and we're using YourControls all at the same time over the bandwidth, and it seems to be okay. But good to know. Okay, we look like we're on track. We're on the radial. We're on altitude. Continuing to descend down to 6,000 feet. We must have gained 1,000 feet in altitude there without me realizing. But there we go. Okay, flattening out now at 6,000.
United 187, radar contact, altitude.
Okay.
And it's fixed.
Sweet. I just heard a transmission from VATSIM. I don't know if you heard that as well, James?
I heard it.
Sweet. Okay. Okay.
United 187, climb, maintain, 16,000.
Okay,
We
pretty
probably
sure.
crossed a scenery boundary that was causing the stutters. It was loading in new scenery.
Oh, that might be it. Okay. Okay, right. Let me just put the aircraft back up to 30 inches manifold. Now we're at 6,000. And just maintain 6,000. Okay, I'm gonna make a call to VATSIM very soon now. I'm gonna announce our position, headed inbound to Cocoa Head, 23 nautical miles out from Cocoa Head. So Honolulu traffic, I believe, is his name.
United 187, when able, proceed to direct Seabolt.
Honolulu radar. Or
Honolulu Sierra,
approach.
Echo, Bravo, India, Yankee.
Okay, so Honolulu approach. Good morning. Aloha 340 is with you. 6,000 feet. We are at DC-3 inbound to Cocoa Head, roughly 23 nautical miles.
Aloha 340, HGF approach, radar contact. Aloha 340 squawk 3236 if you, or correction, Aloha 340, do you need flight following or trying to enter the Bravo? What do you need?
Say again, we're happy with 3236 for Aloha 340.
Aloha 340, do you need flight following or where are you trying to go?
We're trying to do a full stop landing at Honolulu International.
Aloha 340, you're cleared into the Honolulu Class Bravo airspace. Enter a right base for runway 4 right.
Cleared into your airspace, and we will enter a right base for runway 4 right. Aloha 340, thank you. And we've got the squawk in the box, and we're on, the transponder should be on alt. Let me just check. We should be squawk mode Charlie. I've just turned that on in VPilot. 3236, 3236 confirmed. And we're roughly 6,000 feet, so we're going good. And we're inbound Cocoa Head, as we've told him. And yeah, we didn't really put a big flight plan in. VPilot threw me. I don't know about you guys, but VPilot all of a sudden is... oh, we have Honolulu Center on as well for our return leg. That's cool. Yeah, so VPilot didn't allow me to put the flight plan in the box in VPilot. It actually just defaulted to opening the VATSIM web page, which is kind of annoying because I've never submitted a flight plan that way before. We're a little bit to the left of track. Let's adjust. Let's bring our heading to it's higher, so it needs to be a greater number. Just bring our heading up slightly, and our about 14 nautical miles out from Cocoa Head now. We need a right base. He gave us a right base for runway 4 right. Right base for runway 4 right. So from Cocoa Head, let me just ask the controller. Let me just ask the controller what altitude he wants me passing over Cocoa Head. So, Honolulu approach, Aloha 340. Just asking, what altitude would you like me to be at when I pass over Cocoa Head VOR?
Aloha 340. Are you VFR?
Yes. Let's go with a VFR flight plan for Aloha 340.
Aloha 340. Altitude me at your discretion. Are you VFR?
Yes. Okay, thanks. We will pass over that VOR at 3,000 feet inbound for the airfield.
348, altitude me at your discretion. And Aloha 340, when you are able, you can enter a right base runway 4 right.
I will comply. We'll aim to enter the right base at 1,000 feet AGL.
And Aloha 340,
Aloha 340.
when you are able, you can enter a right base runway 4 right.
I'm hearing an echo of myself. Is that someone else? Or is that me? Do I have a...
I hit the wrong button there. I think I turned the autopilot
okay.
off.
Oh, yep, you did. Thank you. Let me just turn that back on.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
I was hearing the echo too.
Yeah, I don't know where that echo is coming from. Maybe it was in Discord? Was there an echo in Discord or something else? I'm not sure. Okay, let's start this descent down to... So this is where now in the descent, let's have a look at... we don't really have checklists set correctly. I thought this document had checklists. Maybe I didn't go down far enough. Yes, it does actually, much further down. Of course it does. So that's...
Central aircraft, John Rogers, 8 information Foxtrot is now current, wind 060 at 10, gusting 17, altimeter 3018.
Page 36 of that document is the real set of checklists that I should have been looking at, and I wasn't, so sorry about that.
No problem.
If you go to page 36, you should see the before landing checklist. That's what we're going to look at before we land, so... Coming down, we're going to head, we're going to hopefully try cross Cocoa Head VOR at 3,000 feet and continue descending down to about 1,000 foot AGL in readiness to join right base runway 4 right. So there's Cocoa Head just below us now. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Cool.
Great.
I have fond memories of Hawaii. I remember my first ever series of YouTube tutorials I did on the Strata Cruiser from A to A. It must have been about 13 years ago now. The intro video to that series of videos I did the Strata Cruiser United Airline livery takeoff from Honolulu here, outbound northeast over the Atlantic, and I always think of that now as I oh, that's the gear warning horn. I always think of that now when I fly in this area. Okay, so we're above our plan of 3,000 feet crossing over. We're just crossing over the VOR now over Cocoa Head. Let's turn about 260. Set 260 set, and let's just continue. Actually, let's just. I don't know if you guys can hear the gear warning horn. I can. I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm going to ignore it for the moment while we descend.
I turned it off on takeoff because it was.
How do you turn off that horn? Actually, oh, is there?
It's up there next to the battery cart.
Yes, legend. Thank you. Beautiful. Right. Okay, I'm going to put the cowl flaps now in open. So the Honolulu approach gave us our own discretion, which I've not really heard a controller do before, but I guess he's done it. So coming down through 2000 now. And we're going to pass right over that crater ahead of us.
Yep, that's actually Cocoa Head.
Is that Cocoa Head?
Or no, that's Diamond.
Right, okay.
Something.
Right, because I know the VOR was called Cocoa Head that we just... Yeah, let's not pass too close to that, the ridge of that...
Yeah, that's Diamond Head.
Okay. Now you see...
I think he's just like your VFR, I don't care.
Yeah, basically. Okay, one thing with the Duckworth's mod is when you pull the throttles all the way down to idle, you lose autopilot authority because the gyropilots are driven from the hydraulic power provided by the engines. And when you pull the engines down to idle, your autopilot stops working. And that's caught me out a couple of times. Oh, someone's... Oh, disconnected. Wait, connected. Okay, I've just got a bit of a blip on the... Okay, and now I've got turbulence going over the that area there. I like the fog haze that's happening.
Yeah, I've disconnected from YourControl.
Oh no! So are you completely disconnected? Oh no! Oh, my server's still up, but I see no one in the client list. Both of you have gone from the client list.
All right, I'm gonna hit connect now.
Is it reconnecting? I guess.
Session not found.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang it. Okay, so that means that if you were to try to reconnect to me, you might glitch across the sky all of a sudden. Maybe it's best if we try to reconnect on the ground when the aircraft is in cold and dark again for another leg. How about that?
Yeah, I think it's the only option.
Yeah, okay.
The interesting thing is I'm still in the cockpit with you following the stream, so...
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, if you're watching the stream, should be right. Okay, I'm going to head due west now. Let's go.
No, what I'm saying is my simulator is still following the stream, too.
Nice. Oh, really? That's weird, because it shows you not as... It shows you not in the client list, so it's like you're not... Okay, I'm taking full control. Props and mixtures are set. Let's have a look at my before landing checklist. Automatic pilot is off. Altimeters have been set. Fuel selector valves are on mains. Mixtures are auto-rich. Carb air is cold. Booster pumps, let's put those on. Like so. Ignition, check. Yep. And props set. Landing gear down. We'll do that in a second. Right, let's join right base runway 04 right. Okay. Honolulu approach, Aloha 340 is joining right base runway 04 right.
Aloha 340, runway 4 right, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 04 right, Aloha 340. Okay. So we're in the landing pattern now. We're down at 1,000 feet AGL, and we're ready for that right-hand turn onto final approach 04 right. All is going well. Let's just maintain that 1,000. Let's not. So that's the runway off to my left. My my cowl flaps are open, and let's not lose that. Now we have a yellow dot speed. Let's get some flaps down, and let's get the gear down prematurely. And maintain some sort of semblance of control. Let's get flaps down to half. Got a 21 knot crosswind here on this downwind, or this base, sorry. So what I'll do, guys, is we will try, when I land, I will completely restart the flight so that I have a fresh start at a proper gate. Okay, I'm still descending. I can't really descend anymore. There is the runway. I shouldn't be down at 700 feet, but I am. Let's get the landing lights on. It is a gusty day today, turning final. And Aloha 340 is turning final, runway 04. On 04 left, it should be 04 right. I blew through the localizer. That's not good. Okay. So, landing checklist. I would love to be able to look at it. Okay. So, landing gear down, 3 green and green latched. Tail wheel is unlocked. I don't like it. De-ices are off. Parking brake is off. Flaps are as desired. Landing checklist complete. All right, here we go, guys. And we're crossing this 08 right, which is the big international runway that all the big heavies land on. And we're going into the World War II and the 50s era runway at Honolulu. Of course, this whole peninsula wasn't here back in these days when the DC-3s and DC-6s landed in these places. So here we come. That's a screenshot right there. Lovely. And I'm a little bit low and a little bit to the right, so adjusting. And coming down, coming down. And I've always found a thing with the DC-3 is that you touch down before you think you should, based on your position in the cockpit and your eye line. Your wheels are actually, you're higher off the tarmac than you think you should be. So actually you should start flaring sooner than you think you should. That's what I mean. Okay, so power is idle, and just bringing, there we go. We bounced slightly. Oh no, okay, there we go. Flaps up, and tail wheel on the ground. And using brakes, just idle the engines. let's turn right here. Okay, landing lights off. Or actually, let's keep them on for taxi because they are effectively our taxi lights. Phew, okay, so after landing, flaps are up, cowl flaps are open, fuel booster pumps, let's turn those off, propellers full forward, high RPM, and tail wheel unlocked. And then the parking checklist is next. Okay, where shall we go? Aloha approach, correction, Honolulu approach, Aloha 340 is off runway 04 right.
Aloha 340, taxiing back, you're going to get a ramp.
Taxiing to the ramp, Aloha 340, thanks.
Aloha 340, Charlie to the ramp.
Charlie to the ramp, thanks. When he says Charlie to the ramp, I'm just going to throw it down here on the right. I'm not going to worry too much. Is that a massive, great hotel over on the horizon there? It looks like it. Big red building. How are you guys doing? Were you watching the stream for that, or is the stream caught up?
Yeah, I had to switch to the stream. When you made the turn to final,
yeah,
my sim froze, so it finally figured out that I wasn't connected anymore.
Right.
Honolulu approach, FedEx 123 is back.
FedEx 123, HF departure.
It's kind of weird feeling.
We're back. Should we just taxi,
Speak
like you
ahead
said,
of
taxi to 8
what
right
I
via
see,
Charlie,
like, 5
Romeo,
seconds
Tango,
ahead.
Romeo?
Yeah.
I can hear you in Discord and then, like,
Right. Yeah.
sketching up.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop here.
I actually gotta
And
go
FedEx
soon. I've composed a list of
123,
things.
can you just explain to me just a little bit more what you're gonna be doing?
I'm gonna post it in your Discord.
IFR circuit.
We can do without with it. Like
FedEx 123,
probably
I've-
consult with the creator.
There we go. Sorry, I had VATSIM just
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I've turned VATSIM off now, so I'm just pulling the engines to idle, and there we go. Okay, so sorry, say again?
So I was saying I gotta go soon. I've composed a list of things not properly synchronized, and I'm gonna post it in your Discord.
Oh, thank you.
And
Yeah, the guy who does the Duckworths mod will see it, and
yeah.
we'll see how,
Yeah,
how we
right.
go. Okay. Yeah, thank you for that.
But it was cool anyway. Like
Yeah.
the experience is
It was
something.
a good test. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we keep trying, we'll get better at using it, and also testing out other aircraft like the DC-6. Definitely, I know like you are very good with the DC-6. You've flown it for years and years, so you will immediately know what is correct and what is not correct when it comes to handling and controls, etc. And I fly it quite fairly semi-regularly as well, so I think we could have a real good amount of fun with the DC-6. You know, short haul or long haul, depending on your availability. And yeah, we'll have to keep just trying with the DC-3 and other aircraft like the Chancellor 414. I know has a profile.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
anyway,
the DC-6 must be more stable because it's PMTG, and I tried YourControls with Boeings, and it was like incredibly good.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I love the DC-3, and I love Hawaii, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So thanks for joining Aqua Vital, and we'll see you again soon.
Yep,
And,
thank you.
yeah. Elsinore, are you still up for hanging out?
Yeah, sure. I'm posting the screenshots I made.
Oh, okay. Look. I'm not seeing them in my Discord yet, but
Yeah, they're I haven't hit enter yet.
Oh, okay. No worries. So, let me think. Let's try now. Let's just try flying somewhere where we both have default scenery. How about that?
There we go. They are posted.
Oh, thank you. Oh, they look great. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can see there's like 10 feet off the ground. Okay, so I suggest we both load up at a default airfield. Well, let's forget VATSIM for the moment. Let's load up at Kaneho Bay, Papa Hotel November Golf, which is just northeast of Hawaii, over the mountains. Do you see that?
Yeah, Papa Hotel November Golf, the Marine Corps Air Station.
That's it. So if we both load up there, because I'm pretty sure that's default scenery. Let me just review my flight. Yeah, okay. Sweet, okay. Just turn off okay. Right, so, the Marine Station, yeah. So, in terms of a place to take off, it doesn't really matter to me. Why not ramp 98 parking, which is kind of close to the runway?
Got it.
Okay, ramp 98 parking. I'm going to hit fly. And let's see what it looks like. Okay, so in loading up in a default at a default airport, we should, when we connect, be in a much better situation. Okay, let me stop the server and start it again, because now I'm started a fresh server. Let me send you the join key again. There's the new join key. Sent to you personally. Oh, I see. Yeah. Wrong altimeter settings takeoff. That could be it. Although I had mine set to the local QNH. Maybe that was the discrepancy there. Okay. Okay, so you're showing as connected. Are you wheels on the ground?
I am. Press the right button.
Sweet. Chris Loach in the chat says, I think remember reading that MS were aiming to include Shared Cockpit as part of the base game in FS24. So, Chris Loach, I remember Microsoft including Shared Cockpit mode as default in FSX back in 2010. It wasn't any good then either, so I don't really necessarily trust Microsoft themselves to bring anything terribly worthwhile into the base simulator. But, you know, I could be wrong. We'll just have to see how well that works out. Because, of course, add-on aircraft are going to have a whole host of variables to, you know, some might work well, some might not work well with Shared Cockpit. It's just one of the nature of the beast, I guess, with add-ons. So, all right. So, so we're both sitting on the ground, James. Let me see if you have. I'm just setting the right-hand mixture to mixture rich. The the propeller pitches should be on full course. I'm going to put the fuel selectors onto the mains. Did you see any of that?
Nope.
Okay. That ain't good. Let's put on the parking brake. Do you see my control move? You see the yoke moving back and forwards? Do you hear the yoke moving?
Yes, the control wheel and column are moving.
Sweet, okay. Right, also, before I start, I'm going to take the blue handbrake looking thing, which is the engine pump, and bring that forward. If you just monitor that and make and ensure that you have yours forward as well.
It is forward.
Sweet, thanks. Aqua Vital says, thanks for the flight, folks. I'm going to be watching the other leg in the background. Okay, no worries, man. Right, so with that being done, let's see. So do you have your controls active at the moment, or did you turn them off? Am I right?
I have plugged them back in, so
Okay.
I will move the
keep them plugged
joystick.
in. Well, keep them plugged in because why don't you try to take off? Why don't you try to actually take control now? Now that we're both at the default airfield, okay? Let me give you control. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay? I didn't die. You're apparently now in control.
Yeah.
Are you all good? Oh, yep, I see. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, sweet. I see things moving. Okay, I'm gonna jump into the the co-pilot seat, and right, I'm now in the co-pilot seat, man. You're in the left seat. Fun times. Okay, I don't know about the mixtures for you, but I'm gonna put my mixtures on auto rich. And then you have complete control of all of the controls from here, and I'm just helping you run checklists, all right? So I'm happy to run through the before start check engines. Or maybe you need to get your... Let's make sure our weights and balances are set first. If you go to the default panel in Microsoft Flight Simulator, go to the weight and balance panel and just double check your fuel and payload. So I've got 50% fuel in both left and right main, and 0 in the auxiliary tanks. Have you got the same?
Okay, I'm showing left main 50, right main 50, center 1 0, center 2 0.
Yeah.
Undefined is all 50 except for the third one, which is showing 38, and the.
So you shouldn't have a 5th and a 6th fuel tank. You should only have 4 fuel tanks.
I have a bunch of undefines.
That's weird. That's very weird. Wait, what is that noise?
I turned ground power on.
My pilot is hyperventilating. Oh. My pilot sounds like I'm hearing the sounds of my pilot hyperventilating, as if he's in a high G maneuver. That's really weird.
I'm showing overall fuel at 25%.
Okay, the DC-3 for me is now in like a... Oh, okay, I'm blacking out. I'm blacking out. That's so funny. I've never blacked out before in Microsoft Flight Simulator. My pilot's blacking out, and the DC-3 for me is like the tail is off the ground, and the aircraft is hovering on the main wheels. I have an idea. I'm going to stop the server, and I want you to host the server, and for me to join you this time. I want to see what it's...
Okay.
Yeah, and... Yeah, so... I died, apparently. So...
You just need more G-suit training.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
All these high Gs were pulling at the parking spot.
I mean, the DC-3 is a death trap, man. Oh, dear. Right, I'm going to load back in the exact same ramp, time of day, etc., etc. Okay, I'm loading back in. And I'm going to load back in. I want you to create the server, and then you can send me the join code, and I will join you. Because I've never joined someone who's the host. I've only ever just done the host. So we'll see. See if that makes it different for me, because then I will be joining your instance rather than you joining my instance. So... And then you'll be pilot in command. Okay. Right, okay, back in the aircraft.
Code in Discord.
Thank you. Okay. Let's go grab that code. Sweet. There it is. And let's join. Session code connect. Boom. I'm connected. Oh. Yep. Cool. I'm connected, I guess. And sweet. You're in control, man. I will be guided by you. Shall I run through some checklists then?
Please do. I keep pushing the wrong push to talk
because
this
you
is different from. Well, it's different from the push to talk I use when I'm moderating.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay.
That's because that push to talk is on VATSIM, so I didn't think we wanted to communicate over VATSIM.
Yeah. No, I've got VATSIM completely turned off now. This is just you and me, you know, with no one else around, just testing it out, having fun. So, okay, so I'll run through the before starting engines checklist. Hydraulic pump selector, left engine. So I think that's that is forward on the left engine. Confirmed. Gear latch down and locked. Gear latch down locked. Confirmed. Flap handle. Flaps are up. The flaps are up. In fact, where is actually the flap selector? Oh, is that down? I don't know. Anyway, gear handle battery switch is off. It's on the cart battery. Should we just turn on the cart battery?
I've got the cart turned on.
Okay.
Interesting, you don't see that. Let me turn it off and on.
Yeah, no, I don't see it visually, but sometimes I don't see it visually anyway. So, but as long as it's on, it's on. Okay, battery, cart, GPU on. Fuel gauges, check all. Okay, fuels are on main. Let's just check all of them. We've got... apparently we've got 50% fuel in all tanks. Did you put 50% fuel in all tanks?
Nope, I'm showing empty on the lower selectors and 50% on the upper ones.
The mains. Okay. I've just adjusted it so it is the same for me as well. Sweet. Okay. So it looks like the weights and balances aren't synced either, which is something to remember. So cowl flaps, let's make sure they're open. They're open. De-ices are off. Automatic pilot is off. Lights as required. Let's turn the beacon on in readiness for the engine, for the propeller starts. Lights as required. Flight controls are free. Oh, I can actually move the flight control column as well as you can. That's weird. I won't touch my flight controls then. Yeah, that's really weird that I'm able to move the flight control column even though you're the one that's in control. Do you see it when I move the flight control column? Let me just move them now. Do you see that?
No, I do not.
Okay, so that must just be purely visual on my end. Because, yeah, the aircraft is reading your inputs rather than my inputs. Even though I'm visually seeing my own animated inputs. But, yeah, we'll find out.
Okay.
So
go back to your weight and balance page, and I'll read off what I have to make sure we are synced.
Yep.
I have 25% fuel.
Yep.
Payload 30.04%.
No, I will change that to 34. Did you say?
30.04.
Okay, I've just got 30%. Let's go.
Um, 200, 200, 246, 246, 246, 246, 240.
Yeah.
I'm in pounds, and that may be
right.
why we have a difference.
My payload's 30.05%, so I'm pretty sure we're pretty much bang on. That's not a huge
Probably,
issue.
yeah. It's the conversion between metric and pound.
Cool. So cross-feed is off. Actually, where is cross-feed controls? That's a good question. Where are the cross-feed controls of the DC-3? Ah, there they are. Okay. Down on my side, cross-feed is off. Is that even? I don't think that's even a switch. That's not a that doesn't even have a click spot. Anyway, good to know. Trim tabs neutral. Trim tabs on your side, and trim tabs are. Oh, I can actually change the trim tabs here. Trim tabs are set to neutral. Parking brake is on. Tail wheel. I'm gonna let you control the tail wheel. It's up to you because you're pilot flying. Carburetor air is cold. Fuel selector valves have been set. Propellers full forward, high RPM. Throttles are up to you. Mixtures are up to you. And pitot heaters are off. So before starting engines, checklist complete. And the next is the starting engines.
Okay, what are the yellow knobs on my side of the control console?
Those are the engine superchargers used for above 10,000 feet.
Oh, I've been breaking things because normally they're all the way forward for me.
All right, okay. So currently they look like they're all the way in the backwards position for me. Are they in the backwards position?
That's where they are for me now. That's why I wanted to know, because they were in a different positions than the last time I flew.
Oh. Oh, now I've put one forward. I'll keep them back. I
saw that.
I think the backwards position is the off position, which is correct for us. I mean, if we're only going to do a lap or two around the pattern and land again, we won't need those. So, are you happy flying the DC-3 around a pattern?
I think I can manage it.
Sure. Cool. Okay, I'm happy to go through the start procedure with you when you're ready.
Let's go.
Okay. So, now, you handle the mixture yourself. I've got my mixture set to full rich, or auto rich.
Same.
Okay, that's probably good that we have those. Okay, right, so, do you want to run through the engine start all yourself, or shall I try and start the engines for you?
I'll start them.
Yeah.
And see what we get.
Okay. Yeah. It's nice to see those switches switch without me doing them. See that they all work. Okay, we've got our mags need to both go on as well. Okay, I've got about 15 minutes before I have to go, so just so you know. Okay, engine 2 is coming on. Very nice. Watching the... oh, no, it's stalled. Nope, stalled. Yeah, just re-energize and then remesh, and as soon as you hit the mesh...
I think I started the left one first.
Oh, right, okay. So the engines are both still off for me. I don't know if... Yep. Are you just energizing left? Okay.
See, I have the right engine running for me.
All right. It's off for me, so... Right, so that's where... That's weird. Interesting. Number 2 engine's fuel pressure is in the green, although despite the fact that the engine is off, so there is some weird desync issues there. Well, that could be flaps, yeah. Whoa! That's a noise.
That was number 1 firing. And now I don't have number 2.
Oh, so... Do you have engine number 1 idling at 1,000 RPM, or is it dying?
That's what I forgot to do, bring it up to 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot that... There's actually a fair amount. Now that I'm joining a YourControls session as an observer, I'm realizing how much is not actually synced. Because I don't see any of the gauges reading as they should. That's very interesting. So for me... Okay. Oh, we're rolling forward, tap those brakes, yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, you see, this is the thing, Aquavital. See, now I've increased the engines on my side. But the question is, like, the whole power controls are totally not synced in any way. This is the thing, guys. Like, who has control of these power controls?
I'm showing 1,000 RPM on both engines now, about 12 manifold pressure. Fuel pressure is at the bottom of the green. I think that's fuel pressure.
So here's the thing, James. Your engines are running, and you're controlling your own engines, right?
Correct.
But when I'm looking at the aircraft, I am controlling my own engine settings. Everyone is controlling their own version of the engines. So the instance of the running engines are totally individual. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm only realizing now that this now as I am joining you as host. You know, you're the host now, and I'm the observer, and I'm only just realizing this now, how unsynced this is.
Think about what we suggested, a DC-6 or a 377 with pilot, co-pilot, and flight engineer. 3 sets of controls, not synced.
Yeah. This is the thing. Like, if shared cockpit needs to work, we need the flight controls and the power controls to be properly synced between 2 different people. And we need one person to have control of them and the other person not to have control of them at any given time. And when you hit that button in your controls to say take control or give control, that doesn't really mean much right now because it's not syncing back and forwards between the 2 of us. So that's weird, I have to say.
If you had more time, I would suggest maybe we go out and come back in like a default King Air and see if maybe it's because, as you said earlier, the DC-3 and then the ductworks and then you control, and somewhere in the 3 not connecting.
Yeah. I think that's right. I think if we were to try a completely vanilla default aircraft next time, it might work better. Maybe this is just an issue with the Duckworths mod where there needs to be an update to the YourControls profile for the Duckworths edition. That's what this might be. Maybe when they say they have a YourControls profile for the DC-3, they're talking about the non-Duckworths version, and when we mod the DC-3, it breaks the YourControls profile.
Could very much be, because all it takes is one period being out of place, you know?
Yeah. Actually, Aqua Vital in chat has just said, it's only the Duckworths DC-3 issue, yes. All the power controls are shared, which does not seem correct, but it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. So this is the issue we've just found. If we were flying this aircraft right now without the Duckworths mod, it would work no problem. But I don't really want to fly this without the Duckworths mod. This is the thing. So we need to get the profile. We need to get a separate profile specifically for the Duckworths edition of the DC-3. That's what we need. I think that's a good place to leave the live stream, folks. And I've got to head off today, but I've got to head off a little bit earlier. But thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'm going to bring the live stream to a close, and me and James are just going to chat a little bit more and then call out the evening. But thank you very much, guys, in the chat for watching. Thank you, Aqua Vital, for joining us as well. And let's see if we can get some sort of updated YourControls mod specifically for the Duckworths edition of the DC-3. And then, yeah, this would work really cool. And at the same time, we know if this is true, we know that the PMDG DC-6 would work perfectly fine because there's no mod on a mod for that we're using. So anyway, I'm gonna call the live stream here. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and we'll catch you next time.